Hey, good afternoon. It's me, Dharma getting well. Um, and I wanted to talk about keeping it real today. I don't know if you guys remember there was a segment or like a short that they used to do on that one show with the Wayans. I think it was called the Wayans Brothers. Yeah. Anyway, the Wayans Brothers had a little show that they would do called, I think, When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong. So I'm sure you've all got plenty of experiences like that. I know I do. Anyway, so speaking of keeping it real, I'm just folding my laundry right now. So this is just in my room with my laundry. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about or kind of share is something that I actually don't want to share because I'm uncomfortable about it. And so I started this channel to devote to healing and wellness and some other, things, menopause for women, spiritual health as well, but physical health and cancer healing, especially because that's like the journey that I'm on. That's what I've been working on. And that's what most of my dietary changes are for, and just a lot of the devotion of my energy and recipes and fun things that I do and work that I do. But so anyway, last night I did not sleep well because I woke up in pain and burning, and on the mastectomy side, that's my left side, like right over my heart here. I used to have a tumor here and two big ones in my armpit, and I'm doing really good. And I just celebrated like a year past my diagnosis. I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling really great. And then this. And so, sometimes I have weird feelings. I'm also going through menopause or perimenopause technically. So that's a real thing. And, for someone like me to have a hot flash, no big deal. That could really happen too. But the kind of pain that I'm feeling, it's not unbearable or anything, but it's a pain, and it's in a place that I really especially don't want to have pain, for my own historical and healing reasons. But one of the things you have to constantly consider when you've had cancer is the possibility that you could have cancer again and again and again in many different places. One thing I didn't know is that breast cancer, there's like 50 kinds. I'm probably exaggerating, or maybe I'm underestimating. I don't know, but I didn't know that there were a whole bunch of kinds. So turns out there are. And the kind that I had is called triple negative. Great name, right? Super optimistic. And it's super aggressive and mean and likes to come back. And it's pretty hardcore. I did not choose to do chemotherapy or radiation, which are the recommended treatments for it, in addition to mastectomy, which I did do. So I also did do some pretty radical dietary changes and lifestyle changes, which I'm still working on. But anyway, I guess in the path of healing, like as awesome as things can be, sometimes they're really not very wonderful. Sometimes they can be scary or confusing or just really mysterious. And so for me, today is one of those days, and I do have a doctor's appointment next week just to kind of check in and, about like mental health, physical health, and some weird thing that's been bugging me on my foot. But I'm definitely going to bring this up too. But then the other question, which my naturopath and I have discussed, is, well, so what if it was? What if it was a recurrence? How would you do anything differently? And that's a really great question, because I'm already doing most of what I could be doing. I'm like, maybe I'd stop putting honey in my matcha sometimes, or, maybe I'd go harder with something or up my trampolining. But anyway, it's just something that's on my mind today. And usually I want to focus on all of the well-being and good feeling parts of the healing. But, also you got to feel it to heal it. And what I'm feeling physically today is not a very good feeling. It's a pretty concerning feeling and a stressful feeling. And I hope it will just go away. And I hope it doesn't mean anything except that I'm a big weirdo, or, also the fact that I've had a mastectomy means I could experience strange pains in there. And I also had 21 lymph nodes removed. And, that's somewhat significant. And I do have a lot of scar tissue through here that tightens things. And I do yoga, and I did lift. Oh, I lifted some heavy things. I'm really hoping I pulled a muscle. So cross your fingers that I pulled a muscle. That would be amazing. Best news ever. So, I pray for things like that. Anyway, so that's just me talking about the uncool downside of healing and feeling and getting well, or whatever it is that I'm getting. So have a good one. Stay blessed.